Greenland in the 1000s was a fragile frontier at the edge of the known world. By the early medieval period, this vast island in the North Atlantic was home to a small but determined population of Norse settlers. Most lived along the southwestern coast, where the land briefly softened and the sea offered routes instead of barriers. Fewer than 5,000 people may have lived here at its height. Yet Greenland mattered. It connected Europe to the wider Atlantic world. It tested the limits of survival, belief, and endurance. In this video, I use modern AI tools to bring historic paintings, engravings, and prints to life, allowing us to shift perspective, change camera angles, and move through the same scenes in ways their original artists never could. First, I want to talk about how Greenland was first settled. This is the arrival of the Norse. This view shows longships cutting through cold, dark water. By the late 900s, Norse sailors from Iceland reached Greenland's coast, led by Eric the Red, who had been exiled around the year 982. The shoreline ahead looks harsh. Steep rock faces rise from the sea. Patches of green cling to sheltered valleys. In the foreground, men pull oars through icy waves. The wood creaks. Salt stings the air. Livestock crowd the decks. These are not raiders. They are families. The danger is constant. Storms can appear without warning. Ice drifts block narrow fjords. One mistake means death. This journey mattered because it expanded the Norse world westward. It proved that settlement was possible beyond Iceland. Later, these landing sites would fade from memory. Today, the exact beaches are debated, but the fjords they entered are still there, unchanged. This view shows Bredali. This view shows a farmstead tucked into a sheltered valley. By the early Eetsemail, Bratali, Eric the Red's estate had become the heart of the eastern settlement. Wooden halls stand low against the wind. Turf walls insulate against the cold. Cows, sheep, and goats move between pens. Smoke rises from hearth fires. You can hear tools striking wood and stone. Life here follows strict seasons, but survival is delicate. A short summer must produce enough hay for winter. One bad year can wipe out entire herds. Bratali mattered because it set the pattern for Norse life in Greenland. Farming, not fishing, defined their identity. Today, the site survives as ruins near modern Kasiarsuk, where visitors can still walk the outlines of these homes. This is the eastern settlement. This view shows a chain of farms spread along a fjord. By the 1000s, the eastern settlement held most of Greenland's population. Homes cluster near water, where ships can land and soil is workable. People travel by boat more than by land. The sea is the road. You hear waves, oars, and shouted greetings across the water. Tension comes from isolation. News from Europe arrives years late. Supplies depend on rare ships from Iceland or Norway. This settlement mattered because it anchored Greenland's economy. It produced walrus ivory, hides, and rope, traded across the North Atlantic. Today, only stone foundations remain, barely visible against the grass. This view shows the western settlement. This view shows a colder, more distant community. By around 1000 to 1050, settlers pushed north to form the western settlement near modern Nuuk. The land here is harsher. Winters are longer. Daily life feels quieter. Fewer people, greater risk. Hunting plays a larger role. Seals and caribou supplement farming. The danger is distance. Help is far away. If climate worsens, there is little margin. This settlement mattered because it showed how far Norse society was willing to stretch. By the late 1300s, it would vanish completely. Today, its disappearance remains one of Greenland's great mysteries. This is the Greenland Church. This view shows a small church, built of stone and turf. By the year 1000, Christianity reached Greenland, likely through Leif Erikson. Bells do not ring here. The wind replaces them. Inside, light filters through narrow openings. The smell of smoke and damp earth lingers. Faith offers structure and comfort. But religion also brings tension. Churches require resources. Tithes are sent abroad. Belief ties Greenland to Europe's power centers. Churches mattered because they bound this distant colony to Rome and Norway. Today, the ruins of churches like Hvalc still stand, silent but intact. This view shows trade at the fjord. This view shows ships anchored near shore. By the 11th century, Greenland was part of a vast trade network. Walrus ivory was prized in Europe, used for chess pieces, crosses, and luxury goods. Men haul tusks across wet stones. Traders inspect them carefully. Every shipment is risky. Ships may not return. The danger is the sea itself. Ice can trap vessels. Storms destroy entire fleets. This trade mattered because it kept Greenland economically relevant. When ivory demand declined centuries later, Greenland's lifeline weakened. This is daily life in winter. This view shows a farm buried in snow. By midwinter, darkness dominates. Fires burn constantly. Animals crowd indoors. People repair tools, tell stories, and ration food. The air smells of smoke and wool. Silence presses heavily. The danger is starvation. One failed summer echoes all winter long. These winters mattered because they tested endurance more than any battle. Today, Greenland winters are still severe, but modern technology has changed survival. This view shows contact with the Inuit. This view shows figures meeting near the ice. By the 1000s, ancestors of the Thule Inuit were moving across the Arctic. Encounters with Norse settlers were rare but significant. Trade, curiosity, and conflict all appear in later accounts. Languages differ. Technologies differ. The danger lies in misunderstanding. These encounters mattered because they shaped Greenland's cultural landscape. Today, Inuit culture defines Greenland, while the Norse exists only in history. This is the beginning of decline. This view shows abandoned buildings. By the late 1200s, records suggest climate cooling began. The Little Ice Age tightened its grip. Farms fail more often. Trade slows. Europe's attention shifts. This decline mattered because it shows how fragile these settlements were. By the 1400s, the Norse are gone. This view shows what remains. This view shows grass-covered ruins beneath an open sky. Stone walls trace vanished lives. No voices remain. The past feels close here, almost reachable. If there's another city, moment, or scene you'd like to see reconstructed, let me know in the comments. Again, thank you so much.